Hi, this is Vinil Mathew and you're watching www.filmsofindia.com. Stay tuned. I had met Karan while I was directing a commercial, as in I directed Karan in a commercial, and we hit it off. I mean, he was very happy the way I was directing, and he had asked me whether you have a script which you would like to make a film into. So I said, yes, I have something. And I had shared the script of Hasee Toh Phasee to him. But simultaneously, Vikas Bell, who was at UTV at that time, also had read the script, and I knew these people from a very long time. So they were all very keen to work. We were all keen to work together, but we didn't have a script. And to Vikas, I had bounced off 3-4 scripts, and this was one script which he also really liked. So we all found a common ground on this script, and we just took it from there. And there was a lot of encouragement from both their ends to develop this further. And the writer, my writer Harshvardhan Kulkarni, and me, then we sat and we jammed on it, and I think we took about a year to write the script and fine tune it and get it to a script where we could present it to the producer. Parineeti was always our first choice. Both my writer and I, we were big fans of Parineeti. We had seen Ricky Bell, and we thought she had great comic timing, great presence. She was really cute and at the same time funny. And I think the character we had of Meeta in this film was somebody who was very quirky, and it was a very performance-backed role, and it was very critical for us to have a very good actor to play this role. So more than a heroine or an actress or somebody who's very good-looking, we needed an actor for this role, and that was a fundamental requirement for this role. And so we had to shortlist heroines who could be good actors from our end, who could fit it. Secondly, we needed somebody with great comic timing. Parineeti in real life is like a clown. She's always clowning around, she's cracking jokes, she's got a great sense of humor, she's got great comic timing, and that really helped us to bring this character alive. Third was that her looks. She has a very cute girl next door kind of looks, and I think it's very appealing. Eyes, and her presence is very, it's a very warm, happy, but endearing kind of quality she has. She's attractive in a very nice, a normal way, and I think these are the attributes we were looking for in our script, in our character, and Parineeti kind of fitted every requirement to the T. So our desire was to work with her as it was our first choice. By the time we started the casting process, SOT had released, and Karan then recommended Siddharth's name. He said, why don't you try and talk to him and see whether he fits your role. So initially I was a little skeptical. I said, what I've seen in SOTY is very different from my character. There he was playing this glamorous, good-looking, heroic guy, and my character was middle class, talkative, stressed out, little nervous, very down-to-earth kind of character, and I couldn't relate what I had seen in SOTY to the character I had written. And but Karan said, why don't you go and meet him? Don't judge him like that. Just go and meet him, have a chat, and then see if he works or not. If you don't like him, we'll look further. So I met him at Dharma office, and we had a chat, and he was also at the same time testing me out whether I could be a good enough director for him to do a second film with. And but gradually, as we started talking, we found a lot of common ground. We realized that we're both from Delhi. Our perspective on the character was very similar. The nuances I wanted to get, the elements which I wanted, I think he could completely get it. And slowly we were just jamming on this character, and it was like we were both on without actually giving an official confirmation, because we both were excited with our take on the character. And both of us had a desire to do something different from what he had done before. I thought the impact which his character would create, because of his image which was existing already, and this was his second film, and the opportunity to do something diametrically opposite of what he had done earlier, I think there was great impact in that. There's great dramatic impact when you would see him, and I thought it was a great opportunity for me. It was a challenge, but at the same time I felt that I could play on this opportunity, and even he felt the same. So we both agreed on so many things that we said we should do it together. No, I think we used to joke around a lot. They used to bully me a lot because I was technically the fresh amongst them. Even though I've been in the business much longer, I've been directing for last 15 years. So on a craft level, I was quite sure-footed that way. But of course, I get pulled up every time by them. Say, no, this is your first film, so you're going to get dragged. But I think deep down I knew what I wanted, and I think my process was a little different. My process was far more organic than what they were used to. So it took some time for the unit to come around to the my way of working. But I think once they got used to it, once they got used to the fact that I am going to be taking so many takes, or I'm going to be shooting it from so many angles, and I'm going to keep at it till I get what I want, I think they just submitted to that torture, and then they just let it be and they just went along. Having 5 producers who are also directors, I think it made a lot of, I think it was a very advantageous thing for me, because they were also very mature individuals, and they understood and respect a director's space, and the fact that each director has his own unique voice and unique way of telling a story. So in that sense, they're very hands-off. They just let me be. They were very keen that I preserve my voice and my way of telling a story. So they were very hands-off, and only when I needed them for anything, like I used Karan for a lot of music, inputs came from him, and which is what I genuinely wanted, that help from him, because he was so much more experienced and our sensibilities in terms of music were very similar. So on songs, Karan was very active, and I really enjoyed his collaborating with him. For dialogues, we needed a lot of funny, quirky dialogues, and Anurag is a really funny person in real life, and we literally, with the writer and I, hounded him day and night to help us with the dialogues. And I think when we were done with the final draft of a script, we went to him and we had these 3-4 sessions with him where he helped us with the dialogues, and those were really like made a big difference to the scenes and the film, because they just got some scenes, they just made some scenes come alive. They brought a flavor and texture which is very unique and very fresh. So when it was required, they both helped me a lot. I really enjoy advertising. In fact, I have a lot of fun in advertising, as opposed to what people would think, that there is interference from client and all. I've never had that interference. I get a lot of freedom to work on scripts, interesting products. There's a lot of variety in when you do advertising. You could be doing a car commercial, and you could be doing telecom, and so many different things you could be exploring and practicing on. So I really enjoy advertising. It's my bread and butter. And I've done it for so many years. So there's a great level of comfort there. Feature film was an amazing experience as well, and it's a different kind of approach to making a film. So ideally, in an ideal wishful world, I would want to do both. I would want to do advertising and film, and I hope I can balance both, and I can bring my core strengths from each medium to the other one, and cross-pollinate and try and bring something fresh and new to both the mediums, and I just hope that I can manage both.